Hey everybody, I'm Alex Pearl, and this is Alex Smells Like Mystique. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Soir d'Orient by the House of Sisley. If you happen to be a crass American from the Midwest, such as this guy, you're probably going to pronounce it Soir d'Orient, as I will through the remainder of this video. You know why? Class. Soir d'Orient was released in 2015, and it's supposed to be a feminine fragrance, but to me this would work just as well for men, women, all of us in between. It has something that'll appeal to everybody. Soir d'Orient is completely unlike anything else that I've smelled before. It's this exquisite oddball that I absolutely love. And if you haven't smelled it, I think you should, because you probably will too. Soir d'Orient is a smoky, citrusy, mildly spicy rose oriental that has elements of clean, crisp scents. It has a little bit of that herbaceous greenness that I love so much, a little bit of woods, spice, and some pretty bold Turkish roses. So let's talk on into the details. People, can we talk about this bottle? This is the first fragrance by Sisley that I ever picked up, and I know to all of the rest of you who have been through the Eau de Soir line, who have probably collected these bottles forever, it's no big deal, right? But to me, I thought this is art. This is fantastic in a couple of different ways. Number one, the detail on the top of the cap, this little cameo, this statue of the lady with her hair kind of blowing around. It looks gorgeous, and I really love that. And two, right under the cap, can we talk about this fine mist here? Look at that. That is incredible. None of the juice pools up on your skin. It's not spat out in blobs and globs. This is a powder fine mist that this bottle sprays, and I love that. That is so high quality. So let's talk about the note structure according to Base Notes and Fragrantica. They say the top notes include lemon, galbanum, and saffron, that the middle notes include black pepper, rose, and geranium, and the base notes include sandalwood, incense, and patchouli. But what was it that my nose picks out? Right away I pick up on three things. The three strongest elements of this scent are going to be the incense, the lemon, and the rose. They're sort of like the three legs of the table upon which Soir d'Orient stands. And if you were to knock away either one of those three, it would not function as well as it does. And it does beautifully. Underneath that, I get some pepper. I get some saffron, especially late in the dry down. Get a little bit of the geranium, galbanum. It's this sort of green note in the background, just pulling everything together. You get a little bit of sandalwood, again, late in the dry down. I don't get much patchouli, if at all. You really have to stretch, and it has to be at the tail end of the dry down, like 4 or 5 hours into it. I just didn't really detect that much, and doesn't suffer because of it. How would I rate this crazy kid? Well, scent, I'm going to give an A-. Soir d'Orient is citrusy. It has that beautiful bold zest in the opening. It has plenty of smoke, romantic Turkish rose. It's confident. To me, Soir d'Orient smells like luxury. It smells and looks like something that's expensive. You get the same kind of thing that I did with calligraphy, the way that I mentioned you're kind of ready to move on by the tail end of the day, but I do enjoy Soir d'Orient a great deal, so A- for scent. As far as sillage goes, I'm going to give Soir d'Orient a B. It's noticeable, and other people are going to pick up on it, but by no means is this something that's going to take over. And yes, this is still office friendly. It smells fresh, clean, it projects, but it only projects maybe about an arm's length away, maybe an arm's length and a half at most. so you're not gonna paint the walls with the stuff. Longevity, I'm going to give it a C+. I need to give it frequent touch-ups throughout the day, but it's a fairly good performer and it can usually last me about 4.5 hours in between touch-ups. For me, that's excellent. The top notes, especially the zesty lemon, when that starts to taper off and it transitions more into saffron and incense, sandalwood and rose, I miss that punch that the citrus had, so I want to refresh it frequently throughout the day, and maybe even more than I have to, just because I enjoy it so much when all of the notes are riding high. Overall, I'm going to give Soir d'Orient a B+. I've had this bottle for a long time. It's still one of my very favorites. It's a solid performer. The scent is unique, it's complex, it's rich, it smells luxe, it has mystique, allure, sensuality, it's got the zest of the lemon, it's got the sexy mysteriousness of the incense, and the romance of the Turkish roses. I really enjoy this. The only downsides are it does need a little bit of pepping up every now and then, and the price tag, which can be pretty hefty. But guess what? I've got a bottle, so I'm determined to enjoy her. Ha ha! And I think you will too. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more. Good night, everybody, and I love ya. That's all I got. That's literally all I got.